Morning, everybody. Paul Canfield, Car Wash Diaries. Another of the 16,482 things you need to know. Thinking about selling or buying real estate, or even thinking about real estate. So again, I'm from Copper Key Realty and Waterfront. What do we sell? We sell houses. Well, this morning, I'm on the way to the doctor getting my blood checked. One of those routine things, see if I have enough magnesium and iron in the body. But what's my point? Well, if you have a house, someday it'll be for sale. Now, it might be for sale a long time in the future. It might be for sale. You might sell it to your kids, your parents, or who knows. But more than likely, it's going to be on the open market, and people are going to wonder, how is your house? Have you maintained it? Kind of like me going to the doctor, maintain me. And so I think a very good preventative measure of A, problems that crop up on your house without you knowing, but B, staying ahead of the curve with when your house someday is going to be for sale and you're competing with other homes. So here's what I recommend. Find a home inspector and do a home inspection right now. Now, you might not have any plan at all to move anytime soon. That's fine. Your house still is wearing out. And this is a concept a lot of people, I don't know if they forget about it or gloss over it, but think about it. From the very day that your house gets done being built, from there, it's just a downhill slope of things wearing out, things breaking, things reaching the end of their useful life. Some things, shingles, rainfall, snowfall, heat from the sun, those all degrade the shingles a little bit. You turn your furnace on, like today when it's really cold out, that causes wear and tear on your furnace. So everything in your house is getting used and slowly wearing out. Now, everything wears out at a different pace. Depends on the quality of the product to begin with. If it was installed right, how much you use it, all those things, a million things. But I would recommend once every so often. Now, how often is so often? I can say every 5 years, maybe. But get to know a home inspector. If you don't know an inspector, call a realtor. They probably know a couple. But have your home inspected. And if there's stuff they find, if you can, fix it, do it, change it. Also, as years go by, you should plan every year to do something on your house. Doesn't have to be huge, doesn't have to be major, but do a little bit of something. A lot of times what we see happen is people who've lived in a house for a long time, usually a very long time, sometimes things get neglected, things get let go because, well, it's worked fine for all these years, so why replace it? And that's fine, you can do that. And we can sell it that way. We can sell the most worn out, old, ugly, outdated, whatever. I can sell it. However, a common problem that happens with sellers is that they look at their neighbors, they look at other homes in the area, they look at stuff that is sold lately, and they say, well, that one over there sold for X, and so my house is better, and so I should be worth more money. And that's true if you're on an equal footing with that other house. There's the problem. A lot of times agents will pretend, so here I'm calling out my own industry on this, agents will pretend to do a very scientific analysis, and they will give you an example of how, your house perhaps has a larger deck. And so that incrementally increases the value of your house by a little bit. And then the other house has a newer roof. And so then you got to subtract for how much the newer roof is worth. And, so they add and subtract all these things. This is what appraisers do when they try to compare multiple homes. They'll add and subtract the pluses and minuses. Difference for age, square footage, quality of materials, all these things. And they adjust it all and they come up with a number. And that might work okay for appraisals. It might work good if you're going to the bank and trying to get a loan against your property. I can give you an estimate. But the reality of when you're selling on the open market is that people buy things for a personal reason. I've mentioned this before in other videos, where they get into a house and they say, oh, this feels like a house I grew up in, or all my friends live around here, or I can walk to work, or my kids can walk to school, or whatever the reason is. They bought it for a personal reason. They probably didn't buy that house because the square footage was 140 feet bigger than the one down the road, or because the roof was 5 years newer than the one down the road. So while it's nice to see all those details and pay attention to them, but in the end, it's very difficult to compare your house to the next house simply because, well, we're in the same neighborhood, we have the same style. It doesn't always equate to an exact price match. What's my point in all this? A, maintain your house. Just like you go to the doctor for regular checkups, do regular checkups on your house. B, every year try to spend some money improving your house. You know, make a list of all the things that either are a problem, whether they're old or outdated or broken or not working right, or simply this could be better, I could be improved, I could enjoy it while I live here, and then when I go to sell it, I can get some of my money back out of it. And that's a topic for another video someday, talking about, you know, what is your best return on remodels or fixing or additions, all that stuff. So watch me again in the future, but for now, that's all we're going to talk about, maintaining your house. I suggest you do it. Again, if you don't know a home inspector, call your agent. I bet they know one. I'll see you again. Thanks, everyone.